If I saw another day, only to scream into the night. Nothing ever tries to change, even if I want to realize. 'Cause I've been sitting here, same old ways, taking off without the same escape. Darling, will you go away? It won't be as simple for you.
Yo guys, it is Old Man G here, back again, and it's official, it's finally official. Welcome to Manchester United, Jadon Sancho. But before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, remember to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter and X, smash the notification button, latest Manchester United news. Head over to, we have a Twitch channel as well. Follow us on Twitch, links in the description. And also, as I keep on plugging, head over to my second channel, Red Marvel. We're posting a lot of entertainment, games, anime, comic, TV, film reviews, and stuff like that. So head over there, like and subscribe. Posting a lot of stuff on there. Stay tuned. So, and shout out to everyone who's watching, by the way. Shout out to Adam in the comments. Let's go. Sancho, been waiting for 2 weeks. After this, I will follow your Twitch. Thank you, Chief. Like I said, the Twitch for this channel in the description. I also have a Twitch for Red Marvel as well. So head over for that as well. It has been a long time. It has been a long time. I'm not entirely sure what the delay was, to be honest. I'm really not sure what the delay was. But we're there. We're finally there. We are finally there. Manchester United, welcome Jadon Sancho. Obviously, this is coming from Fabrizio, but it's been reported everywhere now. And let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. But let me just get it straight into Fabrizio's tweet. We're also going to be talking about Paul Pogba, because this was supposed to be initially just a general transfer show at 1:30. It got a bit delayed. And we're going to talk about Paul Pogba, Varane, Goretzka, even Harry Kane. But with this news coming out, it's pretty much a Sancho video, and we'll see what happens. And we'll probably go into it more later. So, yeah, according to Fabrizio, official confirmed, here we go. Jadon Sancho joins Manchester United until June 2026, plus option until 2027. So that's obviously a 5-year contract. The chance to join Manchester United is a dream come true, and I just can't wait to perform in the Premier League. This is a young and exciting squad, and it is. And obviously, I know, okay, I've got the old kit on the thumbnail, but it is what it is. It could have to change it. And also, it looks get better than this garbage kit right here anyway. We still don't know what number he's. I think he's been offered the number 7, but I mean, I still feel that would be a bit disrespectful to Cavani. To be honest, I think that Cavani should keep number 7 for this year, and then from there and then after that you can decide. Okay, you can give it to Sancho, and you know, he can have number 16. I don't know, just because you begged Cavani to stay for an extra year, and I think probably the number came with it. So to then just rip it away from him, just say it's a Sancho, I'll tell him, I think isn't great for team morale. We already saw that somewhat with Lukaku and Martial, so I hope that doesn't happen, in my opinion. But yeah, this is a good signing. This is a very good signing. Very good. And I mean, you know, suddenly now Manchester United have a right winger. Suddenly now Manchester United can look more dangerous at that side. We haven't signed. I think the last right winger at Manchester United was Adnan Januzaj. That's how desperate we've been to actually sign a right wing. And suddenly now, instead of that left-hand side of obviously Shaw and Rashford / Martial being dangerous, because you saw so many times this season that we were dangerous more so from the left and we're causing problems. Now suddenly Manchester United have a right side attacking option, and hopefully with Wan-Bissaka improving, we can take things from there. But yeah, congratulations to Jadon Sancho. I am absolutely thrilled that Jadon Sancho is at Manchester United, and that's finally finally been announced, and this means that we just need to go ahead and seal more deals, because this isn't the only one. They're more, the centre back and CDM for me always took priority this summer, because that's where we needed to reinforce, and that's still going to be the case. Just look into a few comments. The transfer been in talks since the Second World War, says OSRS. Well, I mean, we should have signed him last year, brother. We should have signed him last year, and that didn't happen, unfortunately. Apparently, some paperwork. Yeah. It's just, I imagine it had something to do with his image rights. Maybe I was told that maybe I think that was still in the dormant for a while, so that's a possibility. Strom still, yeah, actually. I finished school. Well, what they could. Yeah, shout out to school, man. He's getting number 10 apparently. Really? He's getting number 10. Who's currently number 10? Is it number 10? Martial. So he's getting number 10 of Martial. I mean, if he does that already doesn't look great for Martial going forward. To be honest. Rasmus, shout out to Rasmus in the chat, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it, bro. Long time watcher and subscriber. And Vilton says hashtag semis minimum. Now, no, that's not what I'm saying. Maybe Chelsea fans are saying that, and fair play to them, but not me. I think that we've got to see what happens. Although I do want to see Varane at Manchester United. So if you could get your club to agree a fee in a deal, that would be greatly appreciated. Now, Rashford's number 10. Rashford's number 10. So he's taken number 10 off Rashford. You know, if what Adam's saying true, that's still a bit strange. That's quite odd. Very, very, very odd. But let me know what your thoughts are. I'm curious, because you've obviously got a few in the comments, and I appreciate you all. Remember to like the vid and like the vid. It goes a long way. But what are your expectations for Jadon Sancho? You know, what are your expectations for Sancho at Manchester United? Do you think that he'll be a success? Do you think that you know, is this, and I know a lot of people are saying this, like this is basically Ollie's last dance. He's spent 500 million, I think, if you include this Jadon Sancho deal, and he's got nothing to show for it. You know, he needs to win something now, and now you've got Sancho and possibly maybe like Varane and other players. Like, so we are going to talk about some of the other players that are linked to Manchester United or various updates and stuff. But you know, is this all or nothing? You know, so is there, we need to win something now. And now that we've got, I mean, I never thought there was an issue really with our attack as much, because I think we scored a lot of goals last season, but I think Jadon Sancho gives you more of that. Obviously, you've got likes of Greenwood now. I think Greenwood pretty much is a bench, more possibly. You know, you're probably going to play, assuming Rashford gets operation, and hopefully he does, because I really don't want to see Marcus Rashford injured again playing next season. You'd have presumably Martial, Cavani, and Sancho. That's presumably what you'd have. If any of those players are injured, then you're going to put Greenwood in there, probably as a number 9 on the left. I don't know where, Daniel James. I think this is it for Daniel James, in my opinion. He should get a loan deal, to be honest, because I really don't see where Daniel James fits in. If you've got Martial playing, if you've got Rashford there, Cavani there, Sancho, etc. I don't know where Daniel James gets in. So I think he needs to get a loan deal or be sold, especially because I wouldn't put, I've said this several times, I wouldn't put even Diallo over Daniel James, to be honest. So I think this for me was always going to be the of Daniel James, unless Ollie does the bizarre thing and play Daniel James off the left and Sancho on the right. I think that would be strange. Although I've seen strange things happen. We'll see what happens. Adam talks, I don't think he is. I think he's number 17. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Something like that. So he can earn the number 7 top. And you think he'll do great. He has to get number 7. Cavani shouldn't be fast. I mean, if Sancho gets his number, but who knows? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a bit disrespectful, Rasmus, because United literally begged Cavani to stay for another year, to be honest. And to be honest, Cavani has. I want to say something deserved, but he was very important for us last season in terms of scoring goals and stuff. So, I've always hesitant to give people themselves unless they deserve it or earn it. Cavani has from his history, he's earned that right, and he obviously performed as well. If it was a flop, I would have said to give it to Sancho, but he wasn't. So he's here for another year. I don't see why, and also the pressure that comes with that top as well. Sancho handled the pressure no problem. Ryan handled the pressure no problem. I don't want to see Sancho. I want this season for Sancho to be just come and just relax and enter the squad. I don't want this. I don't want this window for Jadon to come in and automatically, because of the price tag, because of the number, because of so many things. Suddenly, everyone is like, oh, why isn't Sancho doing this? Why isn't Sancho doing that? The pressure that comes, much like with Maguire, but more so. I don't think that would be fair. Ahmed's played well for the Ivory Coast. Yeah, I said definitely him over Daniel James, man. So, yep, really excited for Jadon Sancho. Welcome to Manchester United, and hopefully we will see big things. So let's quickly just move on to just some other news. Going to be quickly talking about Pogba. Let me stop that share screen and give you guys, the big facial. Let's have a quick look. Let's see. So this is coming from Manchester Evening News, who are kind of reporting what was in I think it was the Daily Mirror. So I mean, take this with a pinch of salt. But there is more. Adam Talksport. So this is my club. This is why I belong. It gives me chills. It should, but I'm still glazed out. Just bear that in mind. Do you think it's the end for Martial? I think if well, he's got to step up. I would certainly, if he's rested, he's not injured. He better not be injured. I would certainly start him. With Rashford being injured. Martial had a brilliant season the season before last, and I think if you're going to start him, especially when you've got the likes, and the thing is, for me, he's better. He's not as selfish. He's still a bit selfish, but he's not as selfish. And Martial has always played well from the left. So I think that you've got to start him on the left with Cavani and Sancho and see what happens. You've got to give him that chance. Let's quickly So this is going to be on Manchester Evening News. Pogba sends cryptic messages. Manchester United to PSG transfer speculation mounts. Pogba has delivered a cryptic message to Manchester United fans as speculation of his future spirals. The 28-year-old who started his career at Old Trafford had returned from Juventus in 2016 has rejected a contract after extending second stay in the Premier League. As per reports, Mirror Online, the World Cup winner and his agent Mino Raiola have turned down a 50 million deal. So again, it's coming from the Mirror Online. Again, take with a pinch of salt. Mirror are reporting it, but we might as well discuss it. The World Cup winner and his agent have turned down. Yep, Pogba has 12 months left to run on his existing terms with United, which is worth around 250,000 per week. So I think his new contract, from what I heard, according to Mirror, is that he rejected a 350 a week contract. 350k a week is, I think, nice, because I don't think United go any higher. I think 400k a week was probably a bit too much, and I think that's why that's the impression anyway. I think Pogba wanted more, something like 400k, like minimum maybe. So yeah, I'm not surprised by the fact that they've potentially rejected that, to be honest. Pogba's so he put pen to paper on extension, aimed to work with a pocketed a pay rise. It always been impossible that he would cut ties with the club and seek an exit. It's decision should United needing to act quickly as PSG continue to be credited with an interest, of course. Amid suggesting the League One side are prepared to inform him to bring Pogba home this summer, the United midfielder is currently in the United States as he continues to enjoy a prolonged break after U22. Posted his Instagram on his profile. Alongside the image of post training, he added, "Question: do or don't, there is no try." Having progressed through the fame, Pogba, history and stuff like that. Okay, fine. So obviously the Pogba to PSG is gaining speculation. It's from the Mirror, so I would take it with a grain of salt, if I'm perfectly honest. But to be honest, I don't see Manchester United selling Paul Pogba for 45 million. I really don't. 50 million, maybe 60 million, definitely. I think 60 million is what Manchester United want, which is fair enough. But I think that United rather let Pogba go for free than accept a bid of 45 million. And I suspect the most likely outcome in this instance is that Pogba is probably going to leave the club for free, like someone run his contract down for a year, because Manchester United may even still try and negotiate and try and through in the year. I doubt they will, but much like ironically Mbappe is doing at PSG, I think Pogba's doing at Manchester United. So you'll probably see, well, I don't know where Mbappe is going to go. Who knows? Possibly to Real Madrid. But yeah, you'll see him run his contract down, and then you'll see Pogba leave towards the end of the season because United aren't going to accept a 45 million bid. They're just not. They're just not. But it's a shame because I do really want Paul Pogba to stay, and also I think that if he leaves, then we're going to have to get another midfielder, aren't we? Van der Beek is not the same type of midfielder as Pogba. He creates a lot, and this is when you're thinking, right, we need to go out and get Grealish now, for example. Not that I think on the same level, but it's something different. Let's quickly move on. Absolutely criminal. Pogba leaves for free again. I know. It is. But I just don't think that Manchester United are going to sell him for less than. They're not going to sell him for any more than. I'm going to say for less than 55 million. And if PSG are offering 45 million, then that's just not going to happen. Really, it really isn't. Let's quickly move on again. So let's just update on Varane again. I think this is coming from Fabrizio Romano as well, who's my go-to transfer guy. That's why I've not been posting a lot of transfer videos, because there's so much garbage. And so I really didn't trust Fabrizio, John Morgraft, and a few others and post on everything unless it's really mainstream. But back to Fabrizio Romano again and regarding Varane, and he basically says Rafa Varane has just arrived at the Valdebebas as he's not breaking the relationship with Real Madrid, respecting the club and Perez. He knows Manchester United are in talks with Real Madrid. He wants from an experienced contract almost ready up to the club. So this is a bit of an update. I mean, it's pretty clear from what I'm seeing what Fabrizio is saying that Manchester United have a contract set up. Manchester United don't want to sign Varane. Varane doesn't have any issue, much like Sancho last season, with personal terms with United. That has been sourced. That is done. There's no issues there. The issue is the fee with Real Madrid, and I think that this is not going to be. I think a lot of people wanted it to be wrapped up, especially Ollie, with the season soon. And I would love it too, because 2 weeks. Ideally he come for preseason, get involved in training. That's ideally what should happen. And I see a lot of fans like, oh yeah, this is great, this is awesome, this is great. Sancho, I'm hyped. Manchester United, I'm like, yeah, but you've got to bear in mind that typical Manchester United, like, we should be making or getting all of our signings done, ready in time for preseason. We should be organized like that, So that's what should be going. I know obviously some of these players are also on holiday in Euros, and it makes it difficult, but we need to keep going. We need to get this going, because I don't want a situation where, like last season, where we basically made 3 or 4 signings. We signed Cavani, Telles, Diallo, and Palestri. So 4 signings all in the space of about just under 2 weeks. That was dumb. And that was when we were like, obviously, the season had begun type of thing, So I think it's important that we actually sign players early so they can get involved in preseason, gel the team, and they can hit the ground running, rather than they sort of come and then or just messes up. At least that's my personal opinion anyway. But yeah, Varane to Manchester United, it's a thing, and I think that, let's be real, if we get him for 50 million euros or 55 million euros, for me, that's a good deal. Even though he's 28 and he's on his last deal, it's still a good deal for one of the best centre-backs in the world. Bearing in mind that, Arsenal paying the same amount, maybe slightly more for Ben White, So I think it's a brilliant deal, and I think that we need to sign him. Because I wouldn't go any higher than 60 million euros. I definitely wouldn't go any higher than 60 million euros. But we need to sign Varane. We definitely need to sign Varane. Rasmus says it became all quite unconvincing. I think we aren't going to get him. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the rush. I think the thing with Camavinga is that, like, one, obviously sounds like he's interested in PSG. So I think it's going to be interesting to see, what's going on with United, PSG. Pogba leaves, is signed, because I think the big thing is that Pogba goes to PSG, which he will. I don't think there's any reason why PSG would sign Camavinga. So yes, he wants to go there, but if Pogba want PSG, I just don't see PSG signing Camavinga and Pogba in the midfield when they already have obviously quite a midfield as well without them selling players. So if Pogba, I think that would be, that'd be interesting. So I suspect with Camavinga, what they'll probably do is, this is the thing with a lot of these deals with these last years, that I think a lot of clubs are waiting to, especially the ones that have the power, because United are one of the few clubs. Okay, you've got United, probably Chelsea, City, PSG, are probably the 4 clubs around Europe that probably have enough money to sort of spend big this transfer window. Bayern don't really do that, but the likes of Barcelona, Real Madrid, various other Premier League clubs don't have that spending power because they suffered, especially the Liga clubs and Serie A clubs like Juventus just don't have enough money due to the pandemic. So I think that what you're going to see is a lot of clubs waiting till the to almost close the deadline day to broker deals. So because if they're not, so in the case of Camavinga, I won't be surprised. Obviously, they can get him next season, but I wouldn't be surprised if he might be one of those 2-week deal things where Rennes aren't getting any concrete offers from anybody, and Manchester United come in and say, listen, the guy's going to be leaving on a free. Again, a lot of players leaving on a free, 1 year left. We're going to offer 25 million euros or something like that. Let's see, take it and negotiate, and they get pushed, much like how we got Alex Telles last season. If we don't get a CDM transfer, CDM isn't important. CDM and centre backs to me were more important than right wing. As much as I love Jadon Sancho, CDM and right winger more important. But speaking of CDM, just before we get into it, Goretzka, Bayern or Manchester United. So this came out of the blue. This really did come out of the blue, and I'm very, it's one of those kind of, okay, let's see what happens. This is reported by Christian Falk, and Jan Olbricht has retweeted it as well. With Christian Falk is usually, he's not that reliable. Oh, no, I'm saying that. He is reliable regarding Bundesliga news. Not necessarily outside of that, but certainly for Bayern, this guy knows what he's talking about. So I certainly trust him when it comes to Bayern-related stuff. And he basically has updated Goretzka. I'm trying to offer Leon Goretzka higher salary than FC Bayern. The next one negotiation with Bayern will follow. And obviously, this isn't. I think for this summer. I think that he obviously goes into his final year next year, and I think this will be for signing to next year. So maybe a pre-contract agreement, etc. United obviously have the highest salary, and I've said this several times to players that, United don't get this, United don't get that. United, when it comes to money, will always be able to offer more than most clubs. Always. Whether that's the right thing or not remains to be seen. But from a financial point of view, when it comes to any big player, when it comes to Haaland, even Mbappe, so many things, when it comes to wages, United will always be able to sort that out, which is something that a lot of clubs can't, especially right now. During the whole pandemic and everything. So, will he or will he not? Leon Goretzka, my personal opinion, I think he wants to stay at Bayern Munich. He definitely doesn't want to leave Bayern Munich, but he does want to. And the only reason why I wouldn't say never on this deal is because, we already saw Alaba, that Alaba felt not appreciated, didn't get a pay rise, left. And Bayern look like they're holding firm with this type of stuff, so they've got big players already on high wages, and I can't remember a player recently signing a new contract deal that's increased their wages substantially, to be honest. And so I wonder if, I think this is one of those watch this spaces, but I just wonder if Bayern will actually make him a higher earner. I'm not 100% sure as of yet, especially his age. I mean, let me know in the comments. I mean, how old is Goretzka? Because they don't tend to, if they're in like their late 20s, they don't tend to increase their wages highly. And, it is what it is. Lastly, just sort of final thoughts briefly. I know this is related to Manchester United, but Harry Kane, 160 million to Manchester City. Briefly, nah. It's already been denied several times, actually. Manchester City are obviously interested in Harry Kane. Daniel Levy doesn't want to sell Harry Kane, obviously, but this type of fee would probably be the biggest fee if he was going to go anywhere. City can certainly afford that fee, although to be honest, if they spend 160 million on one player, they're not spending any on any players really. It's going to be an interesting one. It's really going to be an interesting one. I still think that Kane is probably going to stay at Spurs next season, and unfortunately, Kane has 2-3 more years left on his current deal because of the contract that he signed. So again, he's not in a power position like Pogba or Camavinga or Mbappe, etc., all have 1 year left that can walk for free next summer. If that was the case, we wouldn't be seeing this. But much like Chelsea of Haaland and a few others, if they're going to pay, to be honest, I don't think Haaland or Spurs are going anywhere, because I think that at the end of the day, players with more than 1 year left in the contract, the clubs have the power. And Dortmund have been firm and said, we're not going to sell. Spurs have been firm and saying, we're not going to sell. And unless the likes of City and Chelsea, who have the money, but probably don't want to spend all of that money on one player, unless they can sort of, cash out, then it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Anyway, guys, that's it. Hopefully you liked the update. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitch, Unite X. Smash the notification button to mention news. Make sure you head over to my second channel, Red Marvel. Links in the description, where I'm posting a lot of videos on dating various things, entertainment, games, anime reviews, comic reviews, etc. Subscribe and head over to my Twitch channel as well. Links in the description. Have a nice day, everyone, and cheers.